heart of a warrior. I run like black caviar. I turn a foot that a warrior. We dare to win. I got the heart of a warrior. I run like black caviar. I turn a foot that a warrior. We dare to win.
Oh, ultimate tunage. That is the course Bred to Win. You can find that on Spotify. DAKAUSE, Bred to Win. That was the Australian remix. No, my hook, my welcome back to another episode of the Good Punts. Couple of laughs, couple of beers, couple of good punts, and the odd bad one. Tonight we have a special guest. It's me. I'm the special guest. No. No, it's me, Lennie, as per usual, with Kane. But we do have a special guest. You'll know him off Instagram mainly, probably. It's that random stat guy. I didn't even get your real name. What's your real name?
Nathan. It's a lot lamer than Rando, I think.
Because I said, is this name like Randy or something? And then...
Not at all. It may as well be now, to be honest.
Yeah. It's probably gotten bigger than... Well, your alter ego's gotten bigger than you, so...
Absolutely.
Pleasure having you on, mate. We better quickly thank the sponsors. Shout out to our new sponsor we just got, Tough Luck Workwear, independent New Zealand workwear designed by tradies for tradies. So head along to www.toughluck.co.nz and use the code, all caps, Good Punts, G-O-D, G-O-D, God Punts. Maybe we should rename it. Good, G-O-O-D-P-U-N-T-S. So yeah, get along to www.toughluck.co.nz to check out all the gear. It's pretty epic, and they also got a lot of casual wear as well, which is really cool. And secondly, shout out to FitZone, who pays for my time, because that is my business. And instead of working in my business, I'm usually editing and making podcasts. So shout out to FitZone. But if you are in the towns of Matamata, Te Aroha, Paeroa and Waihi, and you need to sort your rig out, get on down, say the Good Punts sent you, and my staff will probably look you in the face and wonder what the hell you're talking about. But yeah, shout out to FitZone. All right. Should we get straight into those questions, Kane? That we got a few questions for. Do you want to be called Nathan? I'm not sure.
Call me Rando, please do. Please do.
Okay, sweet. Just didn't know quite how you felt. Like where you wanted to sit with that.
I'm used to it now.
Right, so we'll go with Rando. Right, Kane, hit us.
Sweet. So I jumped up on that. Chucked something up on the Instagram this morning. So we got a few replies from Ray Nicoardi, who's a bit of a regular.
He is. Shout out to Ray.
Off the top of your head, what's the most random or craziest stat you can think of?
Off the top of my head, there's two that come to mind. A lot of people ask me this question as well. So the first time they asked me, I had something really lame. The two that there's actually three now. I'm just spitballing. The first one is the stat about the premiers. I know it's a given one, but obviously a team that concedes 50 points has never gone on to win the comp since 1908. The best part about that stat is that the most points a team has conceded is 49 by the Knights in 2001. That's why 50 is such a special number. It's not like it's like 44. It's literally 1 point away from 50. The second one is that there's a bloke called Jack Scott back in 1908. He scored the very first try in the NRL Premiership for Newtown. He went on 20 years later, was bowling in not the Shute Shield, that's rugby, in the Sheffield Shield cricket, bowled out a young batsman named Donald Bradman in his very first Sheffield Shield game. So he took the first wicket of Don Bradman in his first class game, and he also scored the first try in Premiership history, which is quite incredible. And the last one, this one's out for the female punters. My favourite one, at the new Allianz Stadium, the first try scorer to score a try at that new ground, her first name is Mona Lisa. So I thought Mona Lisa Soliola, obviously the daughter or sister of Sia Soliola, getting that try as well.
Cool. Well, there you go.
There you go. There's three off the top.
Thank you. You can go now. No.
Thanks, boys.
No.
Sweet.
Stay.
Another one from Ray. How did the journey start, and what's your proudest moment?
How did the journey start, and what's the proudest moment? It started in my basement in COVID. I was over in Queensland at the time. I'm New South Wales based at the moment, but my girlfriend, she moved down to Sydney. My family was based in Sydney, and obviously each state in Australia was in lockdown, much like I assume with New Zealand as well. So I had a lot of spare time on my hand, and what I did during that 3-month break was try to get better at punting. So I took down all the different factors and try scorers manually because I didn't know how to automate things back then, and just spent every day after work. I would spend hours till about 12 in the morning, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, and just do that up until 2017. And so I had all these stats and stuff all sorted. And so a year later, I moved, when my girlfriend found me again after a year of absence. She saw me with a beard and plenty of stats on this computer. She saw that and said, make it a social media page. And I said, no one gives a shit about the stuff that I've just written down. And she says, you'll be surprised. And that's when it all turned. I made the social media page. Power of the Instagram algorithm sent it straight to, I think it was Roasty. He shared one of the stats, which was a Warriors stat that they were fielding the team with the most hyphenated names. So completely random stat. Roasty posted that. And I went from 5 followers to 1,000 in the first week. So
wow,
it just exploded off the back of that. But I called myself the random stats guy because if I had to delete the account, no one would know it was me. I wouldn't have to live with that embarrassment. I could just go, well, I gave it 2 weeks and it did nothing. But lo and behold, like my girlfriend is, she's always correct. I'm never correct. And here I am today. So that was incredible. The proudest moment, I don't know. I think it's just every day, just being lucky enough to be able to do this as a full-time job. Very proud of that. And just the people that you meet and the people who just come up to me. I think Magic Round was definitely the most humbling moment for me, walking around Caxton Street and barely able to move one step without someone tapping me on the shoulder and either wanting a photo or just saying they follow the page. I think that's my proudest moment, is how much support it's gotten to me, not only from fans, but also like proper rugby league pundits as well, mentioning my stats or sharing the stats. That's also pretty humbling.
Yeah, it's cool, bro. I've seen like the odd commentator or the odd, actually mention like a stat you've brought up. That must be pretty awesome, eh? Like,
oh, it's incredible. And even if they credit me or not, I don't mind. I don't care. As long as they've read it, that's all that matters to me, honestly.
Top
Sweet.
man.
One from Little Taiwan, which is, do you have a favorite stat?
That was probably the ones that I gave in that first segment. One of those first 3, those were definitely my favorite stats for sure. And I think like the Cowboys now have the best record against the Panthers since 2022. So I kind of like that one too.
Take it.
Another one from Reese, probably on the same line, is the most consistent stat line you've ever found.
Most consistent. I think, no offense to the Warriors fans listening, but I think the Storm up against the Warriors is pretty consistent. Every single time they manage to find a way. There's also some really interesting date stats as well around different teams. I shouted out the Warriors last season when they had that final game against the Sharks that they hadn't lost on the 31st of August or something like that.
I remember seeing that, yeah.
Yeah, they've won like 3 games or something like that, and that hit. So there's a couple of date ones that do consistently hit, and it feels good when it does, even though I'm like, I don't have any belief in it. But if it goes off like that, then it must be something going right. So the consistent stats like that, the little hoodoos and stuff, that's what feel good.
Yeah. It's funny. We had Charles Nickel Clockstad on we did our NRL podcast as well, our Kiwi NRL one. So we had Chance on, and we had questions put up for him, and then Jerome Hughes sent one in about them playing golf on Kiwis tours. But I went back to Jerome after that and said, thanks for the question, bro. You must be jumping on the podcast next. And he's like, oh, maybe. I said, I tell you what, if the Waz beat Melbourne next week, you have to come on. He's like, he instantly said, yep, sweet as, because I think he's pretty confident.
Yeah, I think he's going to have an MVP game by the sounds of it. He's going to score a hat trick.
Yeah, probably score a hattie. He doesn't, just so he doesn't have to come on the podcast. He'll just be like,
maybe. Well, what if he throws the game losing intercept? Maybe he really wants to be on the podcast.
Yeah, we'll soon find out. But yes, the Wires are up against it this week, aren't they?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, and this one's going to really find out who the Wires really are this season.
Correct.
They've had some great wins at home. I thought that win against the Tigers was really good as well. Regardless, I think right now no one knows how the form lines are of each team. It's kind of the Storm really good,
impossible.
and then obviously that Dragons game, and you're like, well, what
happened?
do I know?
What happened there? You're like, yeah, for sure.
Sweet, that was it.
Was that it?
Yeah.
That's all the questions. All right, shall we get into So you want to go through last week's games, Kane?
Yeah, just a quick recap.
Quick recap. Do you want to start, or do you want me to tell you what's what? Yep.
Sweet. So the first game was Raiders Sharks. The old Raiders getting up. So I think we had a couple of tips on the old wingers scoring, which didn't happen. Turned into a second rower fest.
Second rower fest. I did pick Nick Quarter though.
He did. Yeah, not too good on the winger punts, but it was a good game to watch. Nicholson, he looks like he's a bit of a talent. Be interesting once Hoskins is back, what happens there.
For sure. How good was that last try though?
That's crazy.
It's good to see Xavier Savage know what to do with it. Last week he would have run it against the Cowboys. This week he knew not to. He knew he had to put a kick or a pass or something.
That was unreal. I on that game I watched the whole first half because it's quite late on the Thursday night game in New Zealand. Got to 10 minutes in the second half and I was like, I was feeling sleepy. And I just noticed Seb Chris was like having some pretty good carries and I thought, I'll just chuck a tenner on him to get the next try. Lo and behold, they didn't get a try the whole half. And then he got the last try. So I woke up, checked it. Oh, fuck, he got that try. Didn't click that the last try was the next try because the second half there was like no tries in it. And then I checked my TAB and I said, holy shit, that's the... I got it.
How good.
Yeah. Lucky I didn't watch it because that would have had my adrenaline up before I went to bed and that would have been about midnight. That would have been no good. Anything else in that game, Kane?
Nah, that's about it.
It's about it. Should we keep chugging through? Panthers go down to the Cowboys. Oh, Rando might have something to say about this game.
Always going to happen, that one. I bet you guys all put the 10 on the $5 odds of the Cowboys for that one. At least the line. Okay, fair enough.
McLean, man, why didn't you pass that ball?
Doesn't have Tom Jenkins in his Supercoach team. That's the only reason I could figure that one out.
Maybe. You probably won't be doing that again, though, I think.
No.
I'm sure. Poor young fella. But Cowboys were good, though, man. Like, you have to be to beat Penrith, even though they're underpowered. They had Cleary back, but I thought that might have been enough for them to get back on track, but not to be.
That Purdue's a bit of a talent.
Absolutely. He's absolutely killing it, and he's scoring tries too. Every time he just manages to scab one. He doesn't like passing the ball as much as Casey McLean. He just got that offload over to Murray Taulagi, but you knew in his heart of hearts he really wanted to take that unders line. So hopefully he can find Taulagi a bit more. We gave Penrith a lot of chances to win that game, so I was really impressed with our defense. That hit from Cohen Hess on Nathan Cleary was class.
You definitely rocked him, that's for sure. Any other comments on that one, Kay?
He's keeping out a good centre, right? There's that Papua New Guinean guy, isn't he?
Yeah, Zach Laybut. Yeah,
yes.
The last person you'd think would be Papua New Guinean. Is white as hell, but yeah, definitely he's been really good. I mean, he did his ACL and unfortunately hasn't had a look in since he did that. But he was really killing in the first 3 games last season.
Yeah. He always plays well for Papua New Guinea as well. He looks like quite a
so
main
good.
player. Eh?
Him and Kyle as well, his brother.
That's right, his brother, eh? Because is his brother a half? His
brother's 6. Yeah.
Wonder if they almost drop Vilea and bring in the old PNG combo.
Vilea's been good, to be honest. He's been good. It's tough for Zach because at the start, the first 2 games, I would have thought that Purdue was going with Duffy, but then I don't know what has happened. He is completely changed.
Yeah. Correct. We'll keep. Oh, do you want to talk about the next game, Kane?
Skip this one, eh?
No, you have to. Rabbitohs.
Latrell playing NFL. Just saying that. The old 4 pass at the end there.
Didn't see it. Sorry, look
It
flat
looked
to me.
it was too classy for me. Way too classy for it to be a forward pass. Don't you know about inertia? Newton's second law?
Yeah.
You Roosters fans just think that
Oh,
physics doesn't count for you guys.
yeah.
No,
I'll
we
tell you
choked
what,
there.
he owed a try assist after dropping that try. Shit.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
We were all over him for a try, and it's just
Yeah, best bit of the week.
I was crowing as well. I was like, "You beauty, he's in. Don't check it. Don't check it. Fuck."
Hurt more when Dom Young scored too, because that was our little same game we had up.
Oh, rough.
That's right. Yeah, rough.
Yeah.
A little bit rough.
But yeah, Roosters just choked that. I thought the Bunnies were buggered when they're both halves are out of the game.
Bro.
Everything like that, just tough.
Rabbitohs done well to win that, considering who they had off.
Yeah.
Any other comments on that game, boys? Okay.
No, I think the unpredictability of the Rabbitohs right now scares me as a Cowboys fan coming up against them this week. Obviously,
Yes.
so many players out, but Wayne Bennett, I don't know what he says to them, but they had no right to beat the no offense, they had no right to beat the Roosters last week, especially with Cody and Humphreys both pulling a hammy.
Both not there. I think
Crazy.
Wayne loves that shit too. So they'll go into this game. He's like, "Oh, everyone's going to be riding your backs
No one's
against the
talking about
wall."
you. Yeah.
They're saying you're the worst Rabbitohs team in history. He's got one line, and that's it, I reckon.
That's about it, yeah.
Wayne, you said that last week. Eels Dragons. Eels get home. I didn't have this. I did not pick this game either. I had a shit round last round, but any comments on that one, Kane?
We had the old Gutho and Lomax punts, the old team versus team. Gutho had a huge game.
Mad game.
Stepped it up.
He was always going to, though.
Yeah, he was. And I guess old Lomax didn't score, but he hit the winning kick to
Hit the winner.
break the house.
Is there a stat on, like, it happens so often, like when players leave a team and the first time they play them, there must be a stat on, like, getting a try, surely.
I didn't find one for this one, to be honest, but I'm sure there is. I mean, it's like the old debutante stat where people go like, everyone scores on debut, which is like the biggest taboo. That and the old coach got sacked. The new coach coming in will always win that game. I feel like that's what one of those taboo ones. People go like, yes, they're going to score, but I think more times than not, it's the other way around. But I let people believe that because they love that shit.
I think it's more like you remember it if it does happen more if it doesn't because of like
100%.
how mad you think it is. You're like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think people are going to think that Lomax actually scored a try in that with that field goal. They think, I swear he scored in that game.
Probably. Good to see Dill Brown back too. He's been AWOL.
Youngie with a mean game at the back too.
Yeah, he was mean. Yeah, crazy.
How do Eels find all these Fijians? Like, it's always just one after the other, Sivo and all that.
It's kind of like Ricky and his Englishman. He teams have a definite I guess like a type, or that they prefer, and Eels definitely know how to find a Fijian, don't they? Must have a little carve around the place, maybe. Just draws them in.
Speaking of that was my first time ever watching a draw game on the weekend. I didn't realize they're all on the carver in the crowd. Like you see the buckets beside them. They're just going hard.
Oh, so you don't go buy a beer, you just take your bucket.
It looks like it's just a bucket, yeah.
How good.
It's very good. We'll move on to the next game. Titans, Dolphins. Got this one wrong as well. How did our bets go? You have land any bets on that one, Kane?
Nah, so we had the prop bet going. Remember the old...
Yes, wrong prop.
I think it was a prop scored every time the Dolphins have played the Titans.
Yes.
And we were all on Mark Nichols because I think the majority of the time it's on off the bench, but outside Feedy gets up.
I think also Feedy got one instead.
That's still low.
It's another crazy one about Mark Nichols. He's played like 150 games. He's only scored 10 tries, but everyone remembers when he scores and goes, he can score a try. And you're like,
exactly
he's
what
only scored 10 in his career. Literally.
Really?
It's crazy. Daniel Saifidi, though, definitely one to watch out for the Finns if you're looking for a prop scorer. He has been killing it. His meters each game, like people probably just noticed him then because the Dolphins actually did something. But the previous games, he's the only one running for 100 plus in that forward pack. So
nice.
Great to see him get rewarded.
I'm actually shocked that Nichols has only scored.
I know,
10
me
tries.
too. I was shocked too. Because I've always wanted to go on him, and I'm like, I just don't have any stats to back it. He scores once in a blue moon, but it feels like a blue moon's every bloody year.
Yeah. Maybe it's one a year. Maybe that's it. Something like that. Anything else from that game? You guys? Nah, we'll keep moving.
Nah, if you tip the against the Titans, you're probably one of two people.
All right, Broncos, West Tigers. I picked the Tigers. No, I didn't. I actually got one right. I got one right. Broncos end up running away with it, 46-24. What punts do we have on that one, Kane?
We're on the old Cobbo, but they seem to be favouring the other edge this year, eh? Arthur's and
But the Dubs.
Shibasaki.
The Shibs.
To be honest, it's working though.
It is. He's been outstanding. And Jesse Arthur's, he's under the radar, eh? Such a good player.
Safe, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He falls into that like a Jordan Kahu sort of category where Jordan Kahu, people just think that he's a bit of a niche name, but his rep stats are so good with New Zealand kicking goals. Kind of feel like Jesse falls under that same sort of prestige where he's just flying completely under the radar. Probably will get some rep duties this year, hopefully off the back of this season. And if he keeps scoring tries like this, then he's killing it.
Easy. Yeah. Yes, that's a good comparison actually, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Kahu was real good, but because he wouldn't like step 5 people and then, do all the crazy shit.
All the crazy stuff, yeah.
People would often forget how good he was. No, it's an awesome comparison actually.
Big Xavier had a big game too.
Oh, bro. He got a double as well, didn't he? Talking about prop scoring off the bench. Come on.
Crazy. Back to back.
He's outstanding. He still hasn't come out and said if he wants to rep New Zealand yet or not. Because I know he can rep Queensland as well, I think, from memory. So, and Cook Islands. So.
Oh, wow. Has he done Cook Islands before? I think he might have done the Cook Islands.
He's played for Cook Islands, yep.
Yes, yep. Cool.
But he's obviously got Māori heritage as well. So
I
know he's on the list. Who did we? Oh, we had a chat to Tawara Nico at some fundraiser over here one night. I think it was last year, and it was early in the season. And he said they're really watching Keanu Kinney, and I thought that was interesting. Turns out, and then he mentioned, I was like, because I was like, oh yeah, he sounds like a really good player and some good reps. He hadn't really started playing that often, and then he just came out and killed it. And then the other one he said, obviously, it was like Xavier Willison. So hopefully they've been talking to him and like he comes to the dark side.
Got to it. Was it him as well?
Yes, he's eligible, but he didn't say no, is what Tawara said. So it wasn't like a yes, but it wasn't a no either. So, but anyway, I digress. Any other thoughts on that game, guys?
Nah.
Right.
At this stage, I still wasn't winning much money.
No. I got my knee caught a bit, but that was about it. Oh, and then I got that Seb Chris bet. So actually, I went okay. All right, Sea Eagles go down to the Storm. I didn't see them getting humped that much, but it happens. Was that at Four Pines as well?
Yeah, that was at home. And I think the late inclusion of Jerome Hughes definitely massive. I mean, the punters were definitely thrown off by NRL.com if they were looking at that team list 1 hour before. They had Tyron Wishart there at right wing before Moses Leo obviously came into the side. So a lot of people thought they were getting Tyron Wishart at 2s, but that was just for a bench spot.
Yeah.
I think he only played 10 minutes. It was absolutely cruel. Cruel from NRL.com.
That's crazy. I mean, Sea Eagles must have pretty mad stats for like playing at Four Pines, eh?
Well, they kept their previous 3 opposition to 0 in the first half, and then the Storm obviously ran out and scored, I think, 30 points in that first half. So they completely blew up the stats in any respect. Manly also had won their last 3 against the Storm at Four Pines Park, but I think it's just that spine of Hughes, Pappy, Munster, and Grant. It's just absolutely crazy. They've only played 23 games together in the last 4 seasons with them starting in that spine, which is, for me, it just feels like they'd be at 60 by this point, but one of them always gets injured. So that was the first time they played the big 4 against Manly, and geez, they probably should have scored 60 points. I think they did the mercy rule in the end.
I think it was Pep's first game against Manly since 22 or something crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
No, that spine's just unfair when they're all playing. You kind of forget they're all in the same team, like, because you know how there's always like one or two out? But when they're all in, you're like, holy shit.
And it's
So what
just
we're
the insult
saying
at the
is,
end when they're all putting ice on their fucking Hemis. Take off Hugh's coats and all that.
Yeah.
no, that was crazy. Did Will play that game? Will Warbrick? No, because he came back
Nah.
and then didn't come back, eh?
Anderson's filling in. He's
Mr. Anderson, that's right.
deserves a winger spot somewhere. Eh? Like, no, Storm. He's getting game time, but he could get a crack somewhere else. I think.
A consistent
He's
gig, you reckon?
I don't know. I reckon he falls into like that sort of Sean Russell category, and once you take him out of the Storm, he might not be as crash hot as we think he is. He just looks very shiny with the Storm there, but we've seen other players who like jump ship and go to another team and just completely falter. So yeah, that might just be the shiny object.
Fair
Kind of
call.
like if Dom
true.
Young went to another team, we might be saying a lot of different things about him.
I am. I am.
He's off him.
He
How
can go
good's
back to the Knights.
Chad Townsend been, though?
I
Got
can't
the
believe
axe,
you
man.
guys stole him off us. Still.
What did you guys do to him? Because I don't think he was playing that bad when he left. What have they done to him at Bondi? Shit. What was the last game? Is it Doggies Knights? 0-0 at half time, wasn't it? Or was it 2?
Yeah, 2-0.
2-0, yep.
Toss soccer score.
Yeah, it was a tough game. Knights are scrambling a lot. And that obviously, Phoenix obviously got a yellow card, but that paid divvies for the Doggies in the end, I feel. Did we have any punts on that? We have Marju, like all the Knights.
We had Best and Sherry here. Just
Yeah.
turned into a forwards game.
It
Josh
did.
Curran though, he's killing it.
Bro, he's playing so well, yeah.
Preston too. I don't know if he's on like the fringe of Origin or anything like that, but his
Preston's
name
been
should definitely
crazy.
be around the
Yeah, it's been really interesting because Kickow obviously out. They've thrown Preston from the right side to the left side, and he's turned into a completely different player with Bailey Hayward there as well. Be really interesting because Burton and Kickow come back. Preston will go back to the right side.
Other
He'll probably be
side.
a bit quiet. Hopefully, Laurie sees a bit of his highlights of what he's doing right now on the left and maybe an extended squad spot. I don't know if he cracks the team. I mean, Angus Crichton hasn't really done much, but he's also the reigning Wally Lewis medal winner. So I assume he walks into that team regardless. So hard spot to crack the back rows because you got Homoli there too.
Yeah, for sure.
So many. Hudson Young is killing it at the moment as well. Who do you drop is almost the luxury that New South Wales have at the moment. We'll take him. Is Preston any Queenslandness in him? We'll take a Queenslander.
He's not Kiwi, is he?
Yeah, I could be.
Everyone's trying to claim
A
him.
bit of
now, eh?
mouldy in him, I reckon.
I can put some in him if he needs some, but anyway. I'll delete that out.
Clip
I
that up.
I stand by it. Awesome. That is my hill I die on. And then
Take
the
one for
Warriors
the country.
Warriors get a convincing 2 points. So you beauty. That was the round. All right. What's the next plan, Kane? Do you want to move straight into the?
Yeah,
round
might as well just
coming up?
jump into the
We're just going to go through what you like, what you boys like, and then we'll just go from there, Elio.
Yep.
Right, Dolphins. 9:50 New Zealand time. Come on, man. On a Thursday. Anyway, Dolphins versus Panthers. What do you like in this, Kano?
Yeah, I was all about the Alamuti. I think his strike rate, I think it's 100% versus the Finns. He has only played a couple of games, but just they like to go down that edge. And I think with Cleary back, Edwards back, they're starting to form that spine again. Another smoky is old Moses Leota. He's scored in both games he's played against the Dolphins. So
Oh,
bit of a whack.
the prop bet. What about Daniel Saifidi? He'll do you again. Actually, Mark Nichols, I reckon. He can
There we
score a
go.
try.
That's on.
Number
He's
11.
a breadcrumb. Absolute breadcrumb.
Yeah. Is there any bets you like in this rando? Like you'd have a go at, or?
I was just about to call out the Leota one. If you do think that he he is a chance there. I think he's at 8s at the moment, which is pretty good value for a prop. He has scored in both games against the Finns, so that's great history. But that right edge for the Panthers, I think that's where you're going to find most of it. There's going to be a time when Nathan Cleary goes, "Fuck this, we're 1-4, sorry, and I'm just going to take it under the wing and just control it." The Panthers -7.5, I think, is an absolute gimme of a line. I don't think the Finns can back up what they did against the Titans. This is going to be a real tough slog in this one. And you look at the Panthers' record, they've won their last 11 games in a row at night at Suncorp, not including that day one against the Warriors. We'll give you guys that one. But at night, the Panthers do have a great run there. So I really do like that. The Dolphins, well, they've where are we at here? They've lost 6 of their last 8 games as an underdog at Suncorp. So I think that this game is going to be pretty all one-way traffic here for the Panthers. Dylan Edwards back. Panthers' win record goes from 54% in the last 3 seasons without him to 76% with him.
Oh, wow.
So I think we just really need to think about the teams. Obviously, Mitch Kenny is going to be a big out, but Luke Somerton, the game plan for him is just give Cleary good ball. That's Cleary, all you have to worry about it. Don't be fancy out of dummy half. Yeah. Just give Cleary service and they'll go on to win that game. So -7.5. I love the Alamotti shout. That's my favourite try scorer in this one. And you already said Leota value. You might have already seen everything I put out. I don't know. Maybe I don't know how you leaked this. I thought I had this on private, but obviously not. Somehow I need to change my password from 1, 2, 3, 4.
There it is, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you see the bros
done.
EPOS card bloody lying around, there it is. Sweet. All right, so those are good shouts. Actually, I won't give my 2 cents. I think Leota's a great bet as well, and Alamotti as well, like you guys have said. All right, what's our next game? St. George Illawarra versus the Titans. This is a yucky game. This is a coin flip in my head. Looking at it, what do you guys think? Kane?
Dragons, yeah. Take it up. They're performing still. So I do think that they have the upper hand. For me, I'll be playing Little off the bench. So I think he scored 3 tries in his last 5 games. I'm just thinking the Titans are going to be a bit tired without Tino there. Chuck him on around there.
I forgot about that. Forgot about that. Good point.
Just kill those forwards and crash over.
Yeah, I think the Titans are probably not going to get up in this one. They haven't won at Wynn Stadium ever. They've lost all 6 games at that venue. You got Shane Flanagan. He's won his last 5 games against Desi. He hasn't lost to him since 2013. Obviously, Flano had a bit of a spell in between seasons there, but still loves the game plan against Des Hasler. So I think Dragons definitely get the win. For absolute lock, I mean, he's the money man, Tui Pilotu. He's been scoring tries, 6 tries in his last 5 games, scored in each of his last 4 games at Wynn Stadium. And that Dragons left edge, it scored 50% of their tries exclusively. The Titans right edge is their weakest. So I think that the Dragons will find some luck there. Bit more value, Jalen de Groot. He hasn't scored yet this season, but the Dragons have conceded a try to a fullback in each of their 4 games this year. We saw Iongi. He hadn't scored all season, broke his duck last week against the Dragons. So Jalen DeGroot, I think he's $3.15 in this game. So that's a bit more value if you're looking for it. But for me, nice and simple. It's an absolute dodgy game. Just has scam written all over it. Dragons win. Tui Pilotu, I think, is just safe as houses.
All right, sweet. Like I said, I think that's a yucky game. I prefer to just leave that one alone. Next one, Broncos versus Roosters. This is a gimme if I've ever seen one. I should probably watch myself because the Warriors are playing the Storm. So I'll calm down. I've got the Brisbane Broncos winning. I think the whole of New Zealand, Australia probably do. What do you like in this, Kane? What's your bet if you're having to play?
I won't be watching the game, I don't think.
Come on, man.
Broncos should smack us, I think, at home. For me, my try scorers, I'm looking at Arthur's scoring 7 tries in his last 5 games. And Katoni Staggs, who has a good record at Suncorp, I think. 3 tries the last 5 games there. And 56% strike rate against the Roosters. So that'd be where I'm going.
What about you, Rando?
I think you're being a bit too nasty on your own team, mate. I think the Roosters are a good chance of covering the line here. They've won their last 4 at Suncorp. Trent Robinson, he's won 7 of his last 8 games against Michael Maguire. We won't mention that 3 of those games were against the Tigers, but the Tigers were coming 9th at that stage, so they were all right. They weren't like 16th Tigers. But the Broncos, they've only covered the line in 1 of their last 12 games at home. So they probably shouldn't have covered the line against the Tigers, but the Tigers couldn't kick a goal to save their life last week. So I actually don't mind the Roosters probably taking it up to 3 converted tries, that plus 18.5 mark. As you mentioned, Jesse Arthurs is your absolute lock here. But if you're looking for a bit more play, Robert Toyer, he's at $4.20 for this game. Once again, similar as De Groot, hasn't scored yet this season or in his career, but that Broncos left edge is their weakest. They've conceded a try to a right centre in 4 tries, to a right centre in their last 4 games. So he could be on. And if we remember, he was one of the shining lights for the Roosters against the Broncos in that 14-50 loss. I know a lot of Roosters fans try to forget that, but he was one of their best. He was very good. So I think that he will take on Shibasaki here. It's just if Hugo Savala gets any ball whatsoever, if Sam Smith takes control. That's the only thing I would be worried about. So keep an eye on that. But I think Robert Toyer and the Roosters could do a bit more. There's something about double-digit lines that teams haven't been covering. I think only 2 out of 10 teams this season have covered a double-digit line this year. So keep an eye out.
There you go. See, that's why you're the random stats guy. That's why you're him. That's why you're him. There you go. Robert Toyer was outstanding. I actually like that. $4.20. That's good.
Absolutely.
Value, man.
Great price as well. $4.20. Love that.
In New Zealand, sorry. I'm not sure what it is over there. I agree that Jesse Arthur's $1.42 anytime. I don't mind the Shibasaki, $2.30, getting a little bit more skin on the bone there. So having a player might be playing around that. But yeah, fuck the Roosters. All right, next game. What is it? It's loading. Cronulla Sharks take on the Seagulls. Ooh, where are we? Where are they playing?
Perth.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. All right. You probably got some weird Perth stats. I don't know.
Well, they're both pretty good at Perth, to be honest. The Sharks, they've won 4 of their last 5 in Perth, and the Seagulls, they are undefeated in Perth in the NRL era, winning all 3 games. So 2 of Perth's best lining up here.
2 of Perth's finest go in battle. Kane, did you have a bet in this? What did you like?
I liked how Morley had a bit of a nice price. Last week we saw both second rowers score against the Sharks.
Yes.
Morley scored his last 2 against the Sharks. So yeah, I think without Turbo, they seem to go that way a bit more, and he seems to get a bit more bored near the line. So yeah,
shout! It's his 100th game too, isn't it?
Yeah, milestone match. He'll be
they
ready.
Always
I mean, he hasn't scored in a milestone match yet, but maybe this is the one.
Is the stat like? Is that like an inflated stat as well? Like 100th game.
Once again, milestone matches is also very much an inflated stat. They always score in their 100th. Well, Kurt Mann obviously scored last week in his 200th, and everyone was like, "Oh, he scored." Well, far out. He's only scored like 10 tries in his career. Far out.
Yeah. One on the 50th. One now. All right, lost my place. If you're having a bet, Rando, did you like anything in particular in this game that stood out to you?
I like the two left centres here for the Sharks and Manly. Moini Hiroti, he scored in each of his last 3 NRL games. Manly have conceded a try to a left centre in 2 of their last 3 games, and the Sharks left centre has scored in every single game this season. Iro obviously scored in the first 4, and then how many games are we in? Yep, first 4, and then Hiroti kept the trend running with the try against the Raiders last week. So don't mind him. Another player who's finding the try line recently is Tolatau Kula. He's scored 3 tries in his last 2 games, 3 tries in his last 2 against the Sharks. And the Sharks have conceded a try to a left centre in each of their last 4 games. So Kula's 310, then Karoti's around that 265 mark.
There you go. Like I said earlier, I've been on Brenton Nikiora since the start of the year for a try. And he's going all right now, so I'm staying on him. I think has he got 5 tries from his last 5 games?
Yep.
I think
he's killing it.
He missed last week, but we can go double this week. So he missed the week before and then got a double last week. So I'm staying true. He hasn't burnt me yet, so I'll be just playing that. All right. Next game. South Sydney versus North Queensland Cowboys. We'll start with you, Rando, since, it's your team, man.
Got to back them here. They have never won at Perth though. They've lost both games. They've travelled over, but that was back in the late 1990s. So
wow,
irrelevant, absolutely irrelevant. They have won their last 5 games as a favourite against the Rabbitohs. They've won their last 2 games against the Bunnies too. Haven't lost to them since 2022. So I do like them covering that -1.5 line. I know backs against the wall mentality is what Wayne Bennett lives and breathes, but I just think that the Cowboys, after the 2 performances, 2 wins against the Raiders and the Panthers, they've got that confidence back. They should be able to beat this depleted Rabbitohs side. And for me, the kid, Jackson Purdue, we mentioned him before. I absolutely love him in this match. He's been disrespected in the odds. I think he's out past $3 for this game. Scored in 3 of his last 4 games. Rabbitohs' weakest edge is their right edge. The Cowboys' strongest attacking edge is their left edge. Left centre has scored in 2 of the last 3 games against the Bunnies. So Purdue, I think, is really good value. And I think the Cowboys -1.5 line, eat that up.
There you go. The Purdue surprised me. That's
absolutely.
Good money, man.
Surprised everyone. I think everyone's forgotten about him.
What about you, Kane? If you're having to play, what are you playing in this one?
I didn't mind old AJ back on the wing. I think he scored 7 tries his last 5 versus the Cowboys. You can see another trail forward pass going to him. So
fuck, here we go.
Hope not.
At a play for the Cowboys, Tom Dearden at 280 scored 4 tries in his last 3 versus the Bunnies, and Sandon Smith seemed to break that line quite easy last week. So could be an area they look to go to.
Right, you've really took me into the Purdue bit, mate. That's good, mate. We're getting $3.05 here.
Oh, beautiful, lovely. That's if you're getting 3s for Purdue, that you got to take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he up against Aiken? No, that's the other side.
No, I think he will be. I think they will post Aiken on the right and throw Whiten back to the left and just bank on their left edge side, which love the AJ shout. I think he's sure to go in. 21 tries in his last 21 day games as well. Not that like every record that he has against a team is either 100% or more against that, but he's I think he's $1.07. If you're getting him not at under $1.50, you just got to take him.
100%. I like that. All right, we'll keep moving. Next game. Where are we? Parramatta Eels take on the Canberra Raiders. Who are you going in this, Kane, or what bets have you got to play around in this game?
Raiders get done. Eels losing Lomax. It's kind of a bit of a loss on the edge. He's a good ball carrier and there's a lot of meters for them. But I'm looking at playing Seb Chris with that 67% strike rate versus the Eels.
There you go. Hey, I'm probably going to go Seb Chris first try, even though I got the last one last week. But I do like the way he's playing. And actually, I did also have a little cover bet on Tarpany on that game still for any time. And if you look back at the thing, they're both standing there, like screaming for the ball, and they pick Seb Chris, which is fair enough. I would too, but Taps can run pretty fast. So what am I saying? Seb Chris first try for me. I think he's gonna. I mean, he's just playing well. He's just playing so well, and he's just such a strong runner of the ball. I could see him crashing over. What about you, Rando? What do you think in this game?
Yeah, I love Sebi Chris in this game. Stole it from my mouth. It's going to be played in Darwin this game. I don't know why they've gone out to some random areas. Everyone's traveling somewhere different. It's because the AFL are all in Adelaide. The NRL has taken this opportunity to kind of go out and try and scrap a few AFL fans who've missed out on their version of Magic Round. It's called a much less attractive Gather Round.
Gather round.
Gather around. I know. That's probably what was the pitch. That was probably what the pitch was. It's the worst thing ever. Anyway.
So someone's gone, they've made a proposal. They've gone to someone and said, look, I know what we should call it. The Gather Round. Because we'll all be gathering around.
Yeah, okay. And he had to explain the gather around part, which was really awkward. And everyone was like, oh, really? But it got the funding. He must have had one hell of a pitch. The Eels, they've lost their last 8 games in the wet. It's going to be pissing down in in Darwin for this game. And it's going to be hot and humid as well. It's going to feel like 38 degrees by around 4 p.m. apparently. So that is going to be hot, stinky, and humid. You could take the unders bet there for the 47.5 points, but I think the Raiders do get the job done. They've won 10 of their last 12 games as a favourite against the Eels. The Eels have lost their last 3 in Darwin. No Lomax, as you mentioned. No get out of jail free card coming out of their own end. It's going to be some tough mutter. But I do like Josh Addo-Carr for a try. I mean, Sebi Chris, as you mentioned, love him. But if we're looking for an alternative, Josh Addo-Carr's $2. He scored in 5 of his last 6 games, scored a double last time he played the Raiders, and left wingers have scored 5 tries in 5 games against the Raiders this season. So some good jam there for the Fox.
100%. With the conditions you're mentioning too, that will probably, I'm going to probably have a little play around the 2 Raiders front rowers there. They both don't mind crashing over, and if it's a bit slippery, they both have the footwork to kind of, and are hard to put down, and they know how to score a try. So maybe have a little tickle at both, because I'll pick one and the other one will get it. All right. Was that? Oh no, we got skip this one. Newcastle. All right. Melbourne Storm lose to the New Zealand Warriors, and we're getting $5.60 head to head in New Zealand for the Warriors to win. Now there's a stat, isn't there? We mentioned it earlier. Would you like to ramble that off again? When's the last time we beat them?
Only 2015, like yesterday.
Oh, sweet. Easy. Easy, man. Anyway, Kane, bets in this game. What do you like?
I'm going 3 Storm players here. Just the stats back them all up. Paps, 75% strike rate versus the Warriors. Scored 3 doubles in his last 3 games against the Wires. Coates, 10 tries in 7 games versus the Wires. Of course, that one memorable one last year.
Don't know what you're talking about.
And just because he told you he's going to spank you, Jerome Hughes, 7 tries in 11 games versus the Wires.
Yes, the Kiwi lads grow an extra leg. Sorry. Is that the grow an extra? I don't know. Anyway, yes, they go extra hard against. That even sounds bad. They go very well against the Warriors. Any Kiwi lads. So I agree. I've got Jerome to score as well. I think he's going great guns, and like I said, Kiwi lads against the Warriors. Do you know a stat on that one at all? It'll be a good one to look up.
I'll have to look into that one. I'll give a try scorer stat here for Wires fans to jump on. Rocco Berry scored 3 tries in his last 5 games. Whilst he hasn't scored against the Storm yet, the Storm have conceded a try to a left centre in every game this season, including a double last week to Tolu Kula. So Rocco Berry, don't mind him. He's 4s for this game, $4.20 as well, I think, up there. So definitely some great value there. The Warriors love hitting that left edge as well. That's Luke Metcalf's side. And the Storm just haven't been able to work defensively well with that right edge pairing. Right now it's Leo and Anderson, but before it was Meaney and Warbrick. Always had trouble on that edge. So if the Warriors are to exploit anything, they have to surely hit down that side.
Surely. We brought that up on the QNRL podcast last night with Moses Leo missing 7 from 8, I think, assignments last week. Quite the debut for him. So obviously playing centre in rugby league is probably one of the hardest positions to play, especially defensively. So we mentioned that too, that Rocco Berry would be a really good shout. He's rangy, he's tall. I mean, if you don't get all of them, he's going to be crashing over or reaching out. But yeah, I love that bet as well, for sure. What about
got something to play for too, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Prove his worth.
Good point. There's a bit of competition for the centre positions in the Warriors at the moment. Did you boys have anything else you liked in that game, bet-wise?
Storm 50 plus.
Yeah, I think Storm 13 plus. The overs as well. It's hit in 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams. 5 of the last 6 meetings at Amy Park. The last 5 Storm home games have gone over 49.5 points. So everything is screaming the overs market on this game.
Good. Great chat. All right, next game. How good are stats, I tell you. I hope we break some this weekend. Shit. Come on, boys. Anyway, next game. Newcastle Knights versus the Tigers. I thought this was a bit tricky too. Am I right in saying Phoenix Crosland's playing halfback?
Yep.
He played his junior footy there, though, I think, from memory. But yeah, a few changes in their team as well. What do you boys like in this game? Start for you, Kane.
I'm picking Tigers there. I think they're $2 or something. I can't pick the Knights. The Knights have just been so disappointing lately. I know that they always seem to turn it around when I doubt them, and Ponga comes out with this amazing game. But yeah, something just doesn't make me think they're going to win that. Taruva scored in 60% of games this season. I think he's a bit of a shout. Luai's back, so always there. And Fletcher Sharp's a bit of a shout. Even though he's playing 6, he scored in, I think it's 5 tries in his only 2 games against the Tigers. So yeah.
Wow. What about you, Rando?
I'm gonna go against you, and I'm just gonna go Knights to win. I think there's a lot of stats pointing towards Newcastle here. The big ones, obviously, Phoenix Crosland, as you mentioned, he goes into the number 7 jersey. He's won 4 of his last 5 regular season games in the 7, and he did play those games last season as the Knights were heading in towards the final. So
that's right.
Don't discredit him. I know there's a lot more changes there to the Knights outfit, but the Tigers only won 3 of their last 20 Sunday Arvo games. So they hate playing on a Sunday afternoon. Knights, of course,
Sunday.
Literally. And the Knights have won their last 7 games against the Tigers too, covered the line in all of those games. So I think the Knights can get the job done. It'll probably be ugly. It'll probably be a low-scoring game, but them at home, in front of their home faithful, they've won 8 of their last 9 day games as favourite at McDonald Jones Stadium, so you just can't count them out. Greggy Marzu, 3 tries in his last 4 games against the Tigers, 13 tries in his last 13 Sunday games at McDonald Jones. And left wingers, they just keep scoring against the Tigers. They've scored in 4 out of 5 games this season, so he is going to be ridiculously low for a bloke who's only scored 1 try this season, but I still think he is the lock for this game.
Yeah. I agree that side's been very dodgy for them, and you can see the big Marju crashing over for sure. What about you, Kane? You already mentioned you already done yours or no? Oh, yeah, sweet. I've got a little spicy one that has no stats to back it up. But I'm a big fan of Leo Thompson, and to see his brothers on the bench there. He's not really, I guess he is paying $8 to score. But everyone scores on their debut. You heard it here first.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I mentioned. That's what I said.
But no, I have a little play on that just for a laugh. It'll be hilarious if he gets one. But yeah, I'm actually really interested to see how Tyrone's going to go in rugby league. Obviously, coming from playing hooker in rugby union isn't usually the player that we get that crosses over to rugby league. Usually it's more of like the flankers or the number 8 loose forwards or the midfielders and that. But yeah, really interested to see how he goes. He looks just as scary as Leo Thompson. Well, they look exactly the same. So, but yeah, so I'm really interested to see how he goes for sure. If you are betting that, that's locked in. That's going to be my best bet. No, can't be. Can't be. All right. Was it the last game? I just said it was, eh?
Yes, it kind of brings us on to best bets.
All right. If you were to choose one best bet for the round of NRL and one value one, did I say NRL properly? I've had too many beers. NRL. Fuck. You got a best bet, you got a value bet. Kane, what is your 2, mate?
Best bet, I think the Storm game's going to be the game with the most tries in it. So I'm going
Heaps of Warriors tries, yeah.
Hep and Coates both score. I think it's paying $2.60. I think it's a good same game multi there. And value wise, I'm looking at Jacob Little at $6. Just as I was saying, Titans forwards are going to be a bit tired. He scored in 3 of his last 5, so a bit of a play around that.
What about you, Rando? Did Kane brief you? You might not have. Do you have a best and a value for the weekend?
I think for my value play of the week, I just can't take my eyes off the young kid Jackson Purdue at $3.10. He's been scoring tries. I mean, if a winger had scored in 3 of their last 4 games and was paying $3, you'd take that. That's the same sort of try scoring rate we're seeing Jackson Purdue produce. Cowboys are favourites for this game. Looks really good up against Aitken and Isaiah Tass. Never played together. I think the Cowboys try and take advantage of that. So I really do like that side of things. For my lock, that's a good question. There's so many good bets on for this weekend. I think I'm going to take the Panthers to cover that -7.5 line. I think they absolutely thump the Dolphins, unfortunately. Unfortunately for the Dolphins, it's like one of those teams you hate to see lose.
Yeah.
But I
You
think
kind of feel it coming. Yeah.
it's coming. I can feel it. I'm sure that they can feel it at Suncorp Stadium right now. It's just rumbling underneath the ground. The Panthers are coming in hot, and Nathan Cleary's going to go off.
Definitely. All right. Kane. You said yours, didn't you, Kane?
Did.
Oh,
Many
man.
beers,
I
yeah,
got to get
fuck.
better at this. I've had 2 half-strength ones. 2 half-strengths. 2 mid-hours will get you.
It's that shirt.
It is. It's the bloke shirt. It's throwing me off. All right. Where have I written that? Right there in front of me. I'm staying Nico at any time. I'm not getting off that bus. I've got a crazy value written down, but I want to say it anyway because this all hinges off Jerome coming on the podcast. So I really want him to come on, obviously. So my value is this because Chan said what he did say on the podcast, which he said he hasn't got a try yet, and because he's going to help us out, he's going to get one to win the game and beat the Storm. So Jerome has to come on the show. So my value bet is C&K anytime and Warriors to win. Plus, I thought, that's just not even scary enough. So, and Jerome to score as well. So there it is. So Warriors to win, C&K to score with Jerome as well, which is paying about $52 something.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. It is a crazy
narrative bet too. It's a narrative bet. You both players. One player wants Hughes on. Hughes doesn't want to be on. They're going head to head. Crazy.
Exactly right. It's still written in this. If this comes in, I'll make it. I'll spend all my money to make a movie about it. Imagine that movie. One multi. I can just see it now.
2 men, 1 man, 1 multi.
One podcast.
1 podcast.
Anyway.
It's selling. It's already selling out in the box office.
I'm selling it. I don't know. This could go huge. Who would play Jerome Hughes?
I think by the amount of money you win off this bet, you could probably pay for Jerome Hughes to play himself.
That's a great shout. I could just get them to. They're probably great actors as well. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. All right. It's coming out to movie place near you. I'd tell you that. All right. Sweet. So
what are you going to call it?
What am I going to call it?
Gather round.
Gather round. No, I reckon. Do you know what? I reckon that was Volandis dressed up who proposed that to the AFL. He
had a mustache on and some glasses.
Got their Clark Kent bloody glasses on, and they just didn't know who he was.
No clue.
What a joke. Anyway, so that's all the league stuff covered, right?
Yep.
Sweet. Are you going to stick around for the horsey stuff, or that's not really your go, Rando?
Don't look at me unless you can start betting on our horses to come fourth. Then I am your man.
Sweet.
Easy. Thanks for having me on, guys. Really appreciate it.
Good.
Top man.
No,
thanks for coming in. Coming on the line.
Appreciate it.
Look out for those debut tries. I bet how many debutantes this weekend. Now you've said it, they're just going to be hidden.
No, it's going to be. I don't know if there's many or any, but there will be apparently.
Dude,
Mark Nichols, we're on it.
Yeah. No, thanks, bro. Cheers for jumping on, mate.
See you later. Have a good one, boys.
Hey, thank you.
Peace. Thanks. All right. Top man. Absolute top man. Shout out to Rando. Nathan just does not sound right, does it?
You just get that formally changed that.
You just get that depolled, like you to fill out the form with the
He
government
makes me
office.
look like fucking stats man from Timu there. Got his fucking stats sheet and everything.
Stat man from Timu, yeah. You were throwing a few out there though, and he's like, okay.
Yeah, I was trying to.
I threw out 0. I threw out gut feel.
He probably
All
made
right.
that fucking website I use there.
That's probably him.
Probably his algorithm.
It has to be.
Sweet.
All right, we'll keep chugging along. Boom. What are we covering?
Bit of ponies.
Hoi haw wise this week, Kane. Do we want to go through the? Do we have
We'll
any?
look at some results first.
Yeah, look at some resis from last week.
I can pull these up.
We landed a few. Didn't land everything, but you really
started
do.
the day with old nephew and Windrush.
Windrush. Yes.
Didn't go the way I thought it would, but
no. It wasn't crazy money for nephew for a place, but I thought $2.30. I think I got it at.
yeah.
Which is pretty solid. And then we obviously had that Quinella pay, but what happened in that race? Did it get too far back or get a check or Windrush?
It just didn't perform, eh? Like it wasn't there.
Random.
Don't mind on my work links at the top there. But, yeah, so Mark Purdon getting the win. Bit of a. They were talking about because the day before he killed it in the harness. Then he comes into the.
Bro, do you know what? Because of that, in the next race he had another runner. Was it the next race or the race after?
The next race.
It came second. It looked like I was going to fucking win, but I backed it because of that.
Oh, real?
Because you were like, bloody Mark Purdon. Which race? Go down a little bit?
Sure it wasn't Mark Bronson.
Oh, there you go. Wrong person. Wrong Mark. But anyway, kind of worked because I was playing pretty good for a place.
Look, we were pretty close to the Quinella. They ran second, third.
Oh, I did get third. Shit. So I didn't actually see this one.
I don't know about whether it's wonderful. Like I was so confident on it after that first up run, that run where second. It just didn't look the same horse. I don't know if it's just different way around. LZ track.
Could be.
Give it another look. Take it back to Tadapa or something and see how it performs. But
I see the margin there wasn't
it
huge.
just never kicked. Yeah.
So nephew wasn't far off, bloody. Or does it look? Is that closer than what it looked? Because I didn't actually see the race. Did it look like it was home and home?
Ran a good race.
I thought it'd put up a good fight.
Yeah, would have been. So you led, which I didn't expect it to lead.
Oh, what the fuck! This is not what I thought would happen.
Yeah, and then nephew's here in the trail, and
got the
he
sweet.
Just doesn't kick. Like I thought he was going to be a real leader bias, but
and then we're coming after him, so that's perfect. Yeah. We're thinking, okay, let's go.
Purdon runner out here, just
chipping away.
Yeah.
And we've slipped up the rail.
I thought nephew had it around this mark here, but this Purdon runner just comes out.
Bro,
and just bombs it.
Oh, I didn't even watch that race. Fuck, I would have been screaming because I just went nephew each way, obviously.
Yeah.
Then we had the Quinella. Fuck, that was actually way closer. Shit.
Yeah.
I hadn't gone back and watched that. Painful.
Sweet. So to the Quaddie League. First league we had Penman. We were pretty keen on that. Got the job done in the old inquiry office. But
in the inquiry room, yep.
I think it would have won if it didn't take that bump. So
yeah, that was decent. It was decent, mate. So
took a bit of a hammering on it. We tipped it out at about $3 and closed at $2.10.
$2.10. Had in a few multis that I didn't get, but we obviously shouted it out. We backed it. So how good.
Went to race 6 and old Woodamoo tipped us out that Sarko. I think he lost the rain around the 200-meter mark or something.
I think I messaged you because I did see that one.
Yeah.
He said, he's lost the rain. Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah. So we had Francie in our quaddie, so we lost the quaddie by 0.5 lengths.
Beauty.
So, tough one. Yeah.
That's all good.
On to the next in Sacrisatono. I think it worked out exactly how we said, where the leaders are going to go hard, and so it's going to set itself up for a swooper and probably the best horse in the race one. Thinking about last year, Secret One.
Yeah. I didn't actually see this race either. So it came from because in theory we had it about pretty much dead last and just storming home, right?
Yeah. Got the last 200 again. So yeah, it just ran another. I think it sat pretty wide the whole trip.
Oh yeah, shit.
Best horse in the race though. Like here it is here.
There was no trouble way out there, eh? Fuck, it was paying good, man.
Speed was on. Here's Woodamoo here on their night's round, which is a bit of a tough run. Just finds nothing.
It's on this weekend too.
Yeah. But when you look at it here, it's fucking doing nothing. But yeah, Sacrisatono just comes down the outside. Noses you say Dulce on the line, which is got a nice stride on it, so it's always one back.
Boom.
Yeah.
Shot. Just nothing like sometimes, even though it was a bit wide, probably had a bit of cover, but just coming widest, just there's less chance of fucking drama.
But then on to the last race. I think this is one to follow. So this is that Zormiller form line
Yes.
or Flanagan. Let me try to find it around here. So here it is here in the trail.
Oh,
It
true,
would have been
yeah.
a hard luck if it didn't win. Here it is trying to find a run whole time. Finally takes it. I thought she
Right
would have hit
across.
this gap.
Jesus.
Takes it right across. I thought this horse here had all the momentum too, but
this
just
grey
watching
thing,
it,
yeah.
He just kicks under it.
Oh, puts the head down too. Look. Oh yeah, shit, that was good.
Horse to follow, and that's all Miller form line as we saw today. It's
just
same
killing
numbers.
it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hot Salsa. Obviously,
Okay.
if you follow the podcast, you'd know that we got it for that place bet against Zormella, and then also just missed that Quinella by a B-stick that day. But Hot Salsa came out and won today, so congrats to my mate Dicko there. He'll be paying some trainer's fees for a bit longer.
Then moving on to our Trentham, I think the quaddie was we lost by a couple of legs. So we had Danique in the first leg. We went a bit wide.
Yes,
paid
we
off.
took a bit of it. Yeah, I thought, I was rubbing the hands at this stage.
Yeah, paid off for the.
Chris Dowell usually gets one, at least.
On to Cooper, who we probably should have anchored, but we went a bit wider, I think. And
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
he just smacked
He won like the price suggested.
Onto that race 7 and shit. That Nigella Lane was. We're unlucky. I don't know. If it found a gap, it would have won easy.
That was fuck. Yeah, that was a prick. Well, pardon my language, but
we had our Jumala in that league. I think that was our anchor, and just
it was. Yeah, just
didn't kick on like it was. So.
Nah, not like the other week.
Nah. Then on to the last old Duncan Creek. Good horse. Just to lead the whole way. Yeah.
Was that the Boomtown Boy race? That was a
Fats.
Oh, what was that? That was an earlier race, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
Prick of a trifecta.
I don't have the. I can pull them up quickly. Actually. Me.
Kia ora, Kane. That's where you go to watch the replays. I was trying to find them the other day.
Yeah.
Just racing New South Wales. Oh yeah, sweet.
We look at recent results. Randwick. So we had race 3 was our first punt of the day with our Alicants.
Yes.
It's one to watch. I've never seen a horse. I'll pull it up because that was
that was so good. I went back and watched the next day.
It's real prodigy like it just leads, but the thing with it is it doesn't need a big lead. It just kicks still.
Like it'll have its lead, and then it'll just kick. Yeah, exactly. Whereas some of the other front runners, they need to like put a few links on everything else.
So this one here behind it is in the Sydney Cup with it this week. It is taking ground if it late, so it could be one to look around. But Alicants just looks a class above.
Yep.
Yeah, good run. On to race 4, where Evaporate. That Kiwi form, he's smacked it, eh? We were worried about that Swift Falcon. Thought it would make the Doncaster. So we were saying, the 3s is a bit overs. It still closed at 3s, but should have been hit. $1.85 the way it won. It just smacked it.
100%. Yeah, because we were worried it would come out and then Evaporate would be short as, but it didn't.
We're on to race 6. We had Woderton, who just...
Yeah.
He's a bit of he's either winning or he's unlucky or he's one of those horses you think, it's going to win the next start, and it doesn't win the next start. And you're like, the next.
No, the next one.
So onto the quaddie. Briasa in the first. We had it just because I mentioned I didn't know Briasa, but
yeah, that's right.
It won like a good horse. Overpass kicked hard. I thought Overpass was going to get up, but
just
go to ground late.
Jimmy Star 4th, was it?
Yeah, he flew home too. He could be one to watch.
And Jolie Star just kind of wandered around everywhere and fucked me multi.
Interesting. I'd say J-Mac will jump back on Jolie Star next week. So.
Oh, yeah. So it could be a bit of a...
On to race 8, Steffi, so the Everest form, especially was racing last year. I didn't know if she could handle the mile, but she
She did.
Handled the mile pretty well.
Jay Collett too.
Yeah. Good for him to get a Group 1 over there. Good race.
For sure.
Prestigious race. So.
He's a good rider too. I think he's a bit little bit undervalued, but no, good to see him getting up. Were we out the first leg of this one?
Nah, this league.
This league, it was this one, eh? Yeah. Fucking Joel backed that thing too.
It's the third, and Willie Do It had a tough run in the derby.
Yeah, I missed this race. I was playing squash, but you said it was wide trip.
Just sat wide the whole time. About blank.
Video's not working.
Yeah, he just sat about 3 wide the trip, and Aliana, just the Chris Waller runner, too good.
Yeah.
Most money came on late, like $2.20. I think Willie Do It was the favourite when we were talking about it. So
it was, yeah.
Bit of a market swing. And on to the last, where you said it, she's got pizzazz and got up. So we missed this Quaddie by 1 leg as well. But,
one legger. She's got pizzazz.
Yeah.
Hey, we're coming close. You know, we are coming close. Not quite getting it, but we got this. Like, you know, I came away with money in the end that weekend. Yeah. So no, it's good. Can't get too greedy.
Going to pull up this week's runners.
Yeah, bro. Yep.
Weekly
Saturday.
$0 balance.
My $0 balance. I've actually got $10 in there actually.
Is that a live potty punt?
Do we ever go? What's going? Fucking oath. We've done that on the other potty before. Jason and I done it on the doggies, but hang on, I'll share my screen first. Where are we? There, that one. Screen. This one. There we go. Why are you there? Can we move us? Anyway. $10 balance. We got Kawasaki, Pinjarra, Scarpside, or Redcliffe. Oh, it's ages away.
Scarpside, that's us.
Right, let's go to Scarpside. So this is a lesson, everyone. Okay, this is how you bet.
Oh, Pike, mate, you can't not. Is this the last race?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Second to last race.
It would have been a wonder if Pike in the last.
Hard. So let's bang that then. All right, Pikey. Oh, not each way. Whoops. Not the old $1.40 for a place. All right. Shit, I was going to say, hopefully it's televised.
Oh, we're jumped.
Shit, we done well to get on that.
We must have timed that. What number are we, do you know?
Hang on a second.
Then Toretto settling down on the rails next in front of Dialing a little more than a length. Invincible Ruby outside close at hand, and Bay Street last. At the 1,000, leaving the back now to the top of the course they run. Talongatta doing it comfortably as the company of on the outside Salvato at its girth, and then Kira Louis down on the inside Chewing Steel. A better head away next on the outside.
Chewing Steel, I've never heard that.
Trailed in turn by the stablemate Sports Talk outside Toretto, and then came Dialing near the rails close at hand. Invincible Ruby. And last Bay Street, 650 to run. Talongatta has been well controlled in front, leads the way from Salvato. Kira Louis down on the inside next of all from Zach.
Oh, that's the 3. Sorry, it is Toretto. Oh, I love that name.
Now here at the 450
back the rail.
Home straight. Back on the outside, Sport Talk. Toretto's inside of
come on, push through.
Get a run.
Push through. There's nothing, no gap there. There is no gap there, cuz. Come on, Pikey. Come on, Pikey. Come on, Pikey.
Come on, Pikey.
Ride it, Pikey.
Get up, Pikey. Get up, Pikey.
Get Pikey.
Get up, Pikey.
Ride it, Pikey.
Get up, Pikey.
Get up, Pikey. Come on, Pikey.
Split the line. Oh, there's a great
go. I think we got nosed, G. I think we got nosed.
And right behind those then.
Oh, that was a bit of drama, eh? Live on the body. Let's go. Now we got to watch the photo.
And also Salvato Talongatta knocked up. Gave nothing at all after leading for home and doing it comfortably.
Not the cameraman.
In that group of horses in a blanket finishes close at hand.
Oh, look at that.
Fabulous finish.
Look at that.
Number 7's got it, Dialing.
Oh, you prick.
Number 7, Dialing. Brad Parham has got the judge's verdict. over 5 Sports
Fuck's
Talk.
sakes.
In
Dialing.
126.34, Toretto is there.
Fuck, that was close.
And Invincible Ruby late.
Catch us next week.
7,
Fucking
5,
no, if I'm leaving a tip right there
3,
next week,
4.
for sure. We're doing one every week now.
And then close at hand.
That was great.
Zach loves to fly in there.
Well, now I've got my zero balance, so now we can carry on. Oh, it was good fun. Shit, crack up. It was good that it was close. We did lose, but it was, it was close, so it was good. Sorry, you were saying?
If it was the last, we would have won, but hiking that last.
Fuck, he took ages to get out too. Shit. Once again, the person down the outside with the clear run. Then now's the difference of that nose, Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, where are we going again?
Saturday.
Trentham. We're looking at the quaddie, right? We're going to do the whole car. Yeah, quaddie. All right. Race 6. What did you like here, mate?
What did you like? Backing up, eh?
Yeah, a few, bro.
I don't mind that night's round. Waterman took it to us last week, and now his missus jumps on. It's keeping it in the relationship. Looked like it was a bit unlucky. Just didn't really do anything. So that, for them to take it from Ellerslie to
down there,
it's a bit of a trip in a week. But
because you reckon, obviously, maybe they're thinking, shit, it didn't actually get a run.
Yeah, exactly.
So that I'm keen to keep it in everything I'm doing. So I'm not gonna.
It's a big There's no Sacred Satona or anything in this.
So yeah, you're right. That's good money too. $10. Like on the old surge. Anything else in there you'd like to chuck in?
Balloon Dior. It goes all right.
And then trainers as well down in Trentham.
Yeah, you got to respect Sharaka. He's another one.
So I think
2, 3, 5. That's probably where I'd go. I don't know if Dunedin will back up leading again. I think it just got the but 2, 3, 5 for me.
Yes. It's a hard one, but yeah, no, I reckon I agree. I probably wouldn't add too much else. If we were looking to add one thing else, I'm a big believer in putting Chris Dell in the Quaddies.
Who's he on? Oh, yeah, Metaverse. See how the percentages.
Yeah, I'm not like locked in on that, but like I said, even like last week, like I always say, he always gets one. Usually, if he's in any of the quaddie leagues. Next race, Whangaehu, definitely in there, and I've got a lot of time for Nereus. So, do I think it's going to roll it? Ooh.
You got the old Orlov in there too.
But and then my third love, Orlov. And I'm going to have to chuck that in too.
SVR.
And SVR, no. And then Duncan Creek that came out at one. Anyway, you could add everything, but we've always got Whangaehu. Did you seriously like anything else, or were you pretty much locked in on that?
Yeah, I'm locked in on that. We covered it last week. Just super unlucky behind Waitek.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they were going to take it for another run. They've taken it for another run. Craig Cruise is on.
Yeah.
It's just ticking so many boxes. I don't know if the rail's out. That could be the only thing that impacts it. Yeah. Usually it sits around the speed. It just missed the last start, but yeah. Pretty keen on it.
Sweet. I'm keen on, I think that's going to win, if you're going to pin me down for a winner, but I'll have a little play at Nereus. And possibly all of that last start's kind of put me off.
That Mezzabine goes all right to Tiako.
Yeah, true. Yeah. But yeah, that would be, obviously I've backed Nereus most of its starts, so I'm staying on. I thought that third was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. Yep.
So we've got 1 and 3.
Yeah.
And all of no. No, I'm done. I don't. If it was racing somewhere else, I just can't. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't think it's got the goods to beat that field. All right, this race 8, Kane. What do you like, mate?
Interesting runner here, the old Pierre returning.
Yes, I had that written down.
If it's the Pierre of old, it would win, but there's always that doubt. Returning from injury, such a long layoff, so it'll definitely be in the numbers, but I don't think I'll be confident enough to say it's going to win.
Yeah, I'd probably I'd have to chuck it in the quaddie.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, my backing it to win. Like you said, it's probably quite risky, but I think it had won a trial.
Yeah, I think I did.
Maybe we can ask Jace for a bit of inside information. He never gives us any.
For me, that Tomodachi is a good horse. Will suit the Trentham straight. So
Yeah.
definitely one to play. And Faraglione, so that came second, fresh up.
Yes.
In the Group 1 to Grail Seeker.
It did. Yep, that's right.
Fresh up again here. I think it goes all right fresh. So
I think it loves Trentham as well.
Yeah.
I had it written down on mine numbers as well.
Great price around it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's got good. I'll just quickly have a look at it, but I'm sure. Yeah, track 1 win, 2 places, 5 starts. So yeah,
first up stats.
Oof. I mean, it's ticking some boxes, isn't it? All right. Did you like anything else in that one?
Nah, that's about it. I think they got 9-3.
Yeah. 9-3-2. That's a good little spread. Yeah. Okay. This one, mate. What are you going? What do you think?
Yeah, this is the leg you probably have to go a bit wider in.
Winstars
Align.
Deep field, isn't it?
There's a lot of, Winstars Align has a lot of hype behind it.
Yep.
Hasn't really lived up to it yet. Albarosa goes well. Craig Grills is on, who's riding in some crazy form. And I don't mind that Kaying Lucky at a bit of a price. He always seems to go right in the. Kaying Rising's the star of the world right now, so.
Yep.
Kaying Lucky, right in.
When I had a look at this, it'd be a classic Chris Dell last leg one. With the Rogersons, it looks on paper like it's not shouldn't win this, but it's saying here profiles nicely, so it's good. But it's just one of those things for me. I have those little things, and one of them is like Chris Dell and the Quaddies. So last league too, it's 4th and a 1st. Strangest shit has happened. And I like that one as a bit of a rougher chance to have in there. Didn't you speak about La Dulcinea? Was it last?
Yeah, so we had it
before.
We had it just last weekend, and now Quaddie. I think in a much harder field than this, and it still ran right. But
yeah,
I don't know about that quick backup.
It is pretty quick, isn't it? And I thought the 1 and 4 were obvious, kind of. Like you said, they're probably a bit like they're quite loose favourites. Winstars Lines has been a lot of hype, hasn't lived up to it, and then obviously there's a little bit of chat about this, Craig Grills. So, but I'd be happy to go 1 for chuck in the Delster. Is there anything else in there you liked?
Yeah, as I said, Kaying can get a bit of.
Oh, sorry, Kaying, yes.
If you want to go wider in your Quaddie, but I probably won't be chucking it in now. Quaddie. Also,
we're chucking it in. Fucking oath. Jesus, you're not going to say that, and it'll win. I can tell you now, it'll win. Last leg. Here comes Kaying Lucky, and Kaying Lucky gets over top of Bold Choice. Kane.
It's in there.
It's in there, man. You can't do that. You can't call it out and then say don't put it in. Shit. It's got to go in there. All right.
See, that's probably the New Zealand card. I think the winner, if you're looking at one winner for NZ, that Whangai, who, the writing's on the board, I think.
Yeah. It's due, man. It's due. What were we getting for that? 350
money.
Oh, 550 on Surge.
I would price it around, based on its form.
$3?
Yeah, probably low 3. So it's last start, Waitak flew home. Before that, 4th Tower Vencedor. Before that, 3rd Tower Vencedor. So easy.
And if you look at, I was going to say, look at what the rest have been facing. Yeah. Yeah, it's good interesting. Price. That's a good price. I might put a little bit on tonight. Early.
It's going to be winning.
It's going to be winning. All right. It smells like Kane's best bet, but we're not doing that yet. All right. Where are we going next? Randy, aren't we?
We're going to Randy. Yeah.
Let's stay Randy. And also another tenner in our account. We could watch another race anyway.
Slight intermission.
Yeah. No, you're live, man. That'd actually be good, bro. We should do that for like a couple of the bigger races or something.
Yeah, so if you see, there's these guys in Aussie, whenever they tip stuff out on their potty, they also record themselves watching the race, and they ride at home fucking hard out, but it's real cool. They like stand next to the screen and they're like pointing where their horses and all this shit. That's what you see now. You've got that, I I forget his name, the big gritty guy. Forget his name. He's one of the big Aussie guys who bets per follower.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He had 10 grand on Nawakanita Wase to score the first try the other week, and he did. And now I've seen that Nawakanita Wase follows him, so he's growing. But he does the same. He records himself watching his big bet of the day.
Yeah. It'd just be good to have a few races. Like, I guess we could even try a bit of a Twitch if you want to do it live, whatever you call it.
Yeah,
anyway,
big days for sure.
Neither here nor there.
Go race 5, I think. There's a couple of just before the quaddie. Yeah. Autumn Glow.
Surely.
Short price.
Look at the
big
name.
Swinger.
Big Swinger. Surely.
We put money on it too. Shit. 34-14.
These are all idiot dudes saying, "Oh yeah, Omen bet." That's what that is. All these dudes putting Omen bets on.
I bet on your mum this week.
Oh no. Yes, sorry. Autumn Glow.
Yeah, Autumn Glow, undefeated runner. J-Max on. I think it's just a easy kill to start the day.
Just put
He's
your
in
whole
for a big
balance
day,
on
I think. Yeah, he's in for a big day.
Who? J-Mackey?
J-Mac is.
Yeah, fucking
I
oath.
say he could take out 3 of the 4 legs of the quaddie, to be honest. So.
Bro, when I looked at it, I was like, shit, you could do a J-Mac quaddie here.
Yeah, he's just not on the first race. Otherwise, I
would. Sweet.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Race 6. So, yeah, chuck Autumn Glow in your quaddie, multis and everything like that. So, race 6. Yeah, J-Mac's on the Kiwi.
Let's go.
Treasure the Moment's a good horse. This is probably, I think it's probably the Quinella of the day between the two.
You Wang's in. From last week, remember how I backed it purely on the name. Got third.
You hit me up and I was like, shit, it's actually by Black Book.
That's right. I was like, I think I just finished playing. I was about to go on. I was like, Squash was behind and I was like, watch some races. I was like, you Wang. Oh, I got to back that.
So the horse that bet it is that number 5, Bella. Yeah,
yes, it did. Yep. So, shit, that's a stack.
These horses all backing up pretty, 1 week. Yeah. I think Treasure the Moment and Like a Lucy, they're coming in a bit, a bit more spaced out. I think that could be the Quinella of the day between the two. Not sure what it'll play, but, both stars. East New Zealand filly, they're probably Aussie's best filly.
Yeah, what a battle. How good. How fucking good. That's what I love seeing this shit.
How good to have J-Mac on the Kiwi.
Oh, the best. If that gets up, Chris Waller train, J-Mac riding. Say less. Say fucking less.
I say the Quinella will pay around $2.50 or something like that, which for me, it's a good bet.
$5. I mean, this thing is an absolute weapon, obviously, Treasure the Moment, but we're about those Kiwis, man. J-Mac riding, Chris Waller, Like a Lucy, let's go. Drawn 1. There's other 2 come in front, gets the drag in, fucking let's go. It's game over. All right, so this is the actual quaddie here, isn't it?
This is the actual quaddie. We're on the quaddie now.
So we're going field?
No.
Oh, come on, man. we can be in. We'll be in first leg. All right, what do you like, mate? What do you like?
Alicante, we covered it before.
Yes. That's a gimme. That's already in there.
It should back up, but yeah.
Yeah.
52 kilos. The way it's been winning is just mental. I think it's definitely within a good chance. Zardozi also gets a nice weight. Yep. Probably a drop in class with what he's been racing.
Correct.
So he's another one. And Birdman's the one I was talking about that's been running on real hard.
Yeah. I just like the name too. Birdman's pretty cool. Chris Waller as well.
Yeah, you could go the 3 runners. You could chuck in the next one down if you wanted to, which has form behind Dubai Honor, so kind of a different form line. But yeah, I think it can. There's also another runner down the bottom, Touch Arnis.
Touch Arnis.
Auckland Cup, unlucky, should have won that day.
Yeah.
Behind the old Trav, one that Mel tipped up.
Fuck yeah. Trav, 53 kgs. Oh, yeah. So what's that? This fucker's carrying 50. What did it carry that day? I mean, we have to put it in.
Yeah. Another one you can chuck in. But yeah, I think Alican should be too good for them.
Oh, surely. It looks like it should be.
Yeah, win bet on it.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a few other runners you can chuck in.
Just for the likes of the Quaddie. Like, this is probably one, if you're going to go J-Mac at every other leg, you probably need to...
Exactly. Get to the J-Mac first.
Hit some value. Yeah, try and gather some value going into those, maybe. But that Alicant's looks like this could be like a $20 Quaddie if that gets up. You know, like, pays $20, fuck. Need it 200 times. All right, next race. Here we go. Via Sistina should win this, you'd think.
Should win. Only issues, trapped. It's on the rail, could get trapped.
Mm-hmm.
J-Max knows what he's doing, knows the horse.
Knows. That's right.
It should be winning $1.85 here.
He's hardly ever sniffing ass, James Mack.
Yeah.
He's one of those getting them out in the clear air guys, which is always pretty good.
Denial knowledge will set a hard pace. I think it quite often challenged Pride of Jenny for the lead, so it's definitely it'll be a fast run, 2,000 meters. Am I talking shit or what?
No, you're right. Linda man. Yeah, you're right though. It's setting itself. It's in a bit of a tricky spot, but in J Mac we trust.
Yeah. If you want to chuck another in, chuck in Dubai Honor. I think it's got the international form.
Yep.
Yeah, Via Sistina should be.
Whoops. Should be a. You're either taking it or you just don't have it.
I mean, if you like a horse, though, you're getting nice odds, like Vauban, $23.
That's right.
Doesn't
and it also inflates the place. I always find it inflates the place pricing as well.
Oh, for sure. You got Chad Wolf, who was at the start of the season looked like he was one of the future stars. $3.50 a place. That's great money.
That's great money for that, because then you're not taking it on, you know.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, playing a $3.50 instead of $1.85 depends how much money you got, obviously. But you know, you could chuck a tenner at that rather than having to put fucking 100 and something on that. Anything else in there? You got Vauban, Tom Kidden. Didn't really do much after that, eh? After that, bright
you got
side.
Buckaroo too, who's I think it's maybe just a bit too soon for Buckaroo.
Yeah, need a couple of runs under its belt, wouldn't it? It must be mad running in these races. As like getting fitness, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd say
that must be mad. Like, oh, we need to run.
$5.5 million race, is it?
Yeah. We'll give it a run in the Queen Elizabeth, and then we'll work towards this. Like,
looking at that, the rail's actually out 3 meters. So if you want a rough place bet, you know that the one I said, deny knowledge, will go to the front, and
we'll go to the front. We'll kick.
Might get run down by J Mac, but
yeah. What was the name of it? There.
Deny knowledge.
No.
Down.
Wild. Oh, way down here. I like those colours too. I'm a fan. Oh, fuck. 550
for a front runner. Yeah.
Come on. Cling on.
Good day.
Could hold on for dear life for third. Look at that. $5.50. You hit it here first.
So last start, second behind Light Infantry Man. Look at last prep at Betcombe, Mr. Brightside in the Caulfield Stakes.
Shit.
Hasn't run bad races.
It doesn't need, and the thing is, like, if you're chasing that $5 a place or whatever, obviously it doesn't have to win. It just needs to give you a sight.
Mm-hmm.
Kick a little on the straight, just fucking hang on. All right, next race 9. Fangirl J-Mac, Chris Waller again. After paying a lot in that last race, Steffi Magnetica, $5 against Fangirl, a tissue. What do you like, mate? What are you thinking?
I'm just not a big fan of backing up a horse a week later. Right? I know that's your Melbourne Cup form line, but for me, Steffi, ran its race in a Doncaster. I don't know if it was prepped for that or were they prepping.
Oh, it kind of looked like
else.
It with its form.
Yeah. So for me, I'm looking more. Fangirl should be winning. The tissue's a great miler, and that Lazura, I believe that's a import that's run a few good races. But
yes,
Fangirl should be winning. If you want to play a small in the Quaddies, you probably go Fangirl.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like you say. I don't mind it for the Melbourne Cup for the Cox platform, but probably aside from that, I agree. I don't really like it either. It looks like that was Steffi's kind of final, and that this might be a bit of an afterthought because it won, which is fair enough. Fuck, why not have a crack? So it's the battle of the Kiwis, man, up the top. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Mm.
You got J. Cole and Beyond Baker with Steffi Magnetica, and you got Fangirl, James Mack, Chris Waller fighting it out.
You got a Kiwi horse and a tissue.
Yes, you do. Yep, Chris Waller has that too. And here's another one.
Chris Waller's just taken Will He Do It too, I think, is it? Or it could be Kieran Maher.
Oh shit!
It's been sold to Aussie. Yeah.
Fuck, Big Willie. That's cool.
I think same with that Like a Lucy too. Yeah, so Chris Waller trains Like a Lucy now.
He trains it now, yeah, that's right. So it'd be similar. Same ownership group though, I think, but just different trainer, right?
Yeah.
Like that'd be cool, eh? Like your horse like going that well in New Zealand that you end up getting it to Aussie and Chris Waller training it.
Zoala. Has he heard about that horse?
All right, last leg of the quaddie. You could go. I struggled to find anything else that would push this thing. Personally, so I remember my notes. I just had commemorative. I've done it before, anchoring James in the last. It's paid me a few times, but it always gives me the shits having the anchor in the last. But it is what it is. You have to make it there first, so. But I really couldn't find anything else that I wanted to chuck in. So, as much as it bugs me to say it, because I'm not I like to add some value, and I just can't see it getting rolled. So, J Mac for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think J Mac should be winning the race. He's on the best horse in the race. There's not much else there that's in form. That's the thing.
That's what I'm thinking. When I was looking down, and I'm like, fuck, this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it weird. It was paying over $2 still.
Yep.
Personally, maybe they know something I don't.
It's fourth behind Jimmy Star last spring. Yeah.
Yep.
There's no Jimmy Star in this.
No, it's an interesting field, eh? It's a little bit. Could be one of those. That should definitely win, and then it doesn't. But it's good gambling, so I'm willing to take a bet on that one.
I mean, it means you can go wider early in the quaddie and just get to that last and have that.
Yeah.
So.
And just get nutted on the line would be great. All right. So there's your quaddie. Yeah, you can probably go. In all fairness, you could. Yeah, those last 3 legs, you're going pretty short, aren't you?
You could almost do a anchor quaddie and just anchor all the favourites and then play a second one outside it.
Yeah, we could play around or it'll be one of those. They all get up or they all get fucked over, and it's just like could go either way. But I can't see that happening. I think some really good chances there. Obviously,
there'll be an upset somewhere, probably in that first race, as we say, a bigger field.
Yep. Fangirl scares me sometimes.
She does, yeah, for sure.
It's done me dirty a few times.
The way Steffi won last week, yeah, she could back up.
Yeah. Anyway. I'll talk myself into taking more. So we'll keep moving. All right.
So I think I forgot to cover the old good punts, bad punts. We didn't really have any this week, but
no.
Sponsored by our mate. We gotta bring up your bad punt.
A tough luck bad punt. Tough luck punt segment sponsored by. Now I'll stop sharing because we're not really using that now. Yes, sponsored by the good crew over at Tough Luck Workwear, independent New Zealand workwear designed by tradies for tradies. You head along to www.toughluck.co.nz and use the code all caps Good Punts GOODPUNTS. That's right. So we have each week we're going to look at like the tough, that tough luck punt, basically the tough luck punt. Where you're down on your luck. It could have been Penman.
Could have been.
But it wasn't, thankfully. Did you? I know we haven't fully identified one. Did you have one where you went close that you wanted to bring up?
All my NBA bets, I guess. I guess for me, the tough luck punt was Latrell Mitchell.
Oh, so there it is.
Same game multis riding on that. Thought he was in. Celebrated.
I celebrated.
We sent each other a message. Yeah,
Let's go. Yeah, we in. Yeah. It happened almost
bunker.
exactly like we said. And it's like, let's go. And he dropped it.
So yeah, I think that was definitely. He was tipped by almost everyone I've seen.
Everyone.
Everyone was
on him. I'm
surprised
it was still paying that much.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, obviously he's paid by the TAB and he dropped it.
So I think he needs to.
That's a great one. It's the Latrell no try. That is everyone's tough luck punt from the last weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
Great call. All right. Sweet. Is that us then, is it?
Yeah, just the best bet.
Just our best bet. All right, let's go. What have you got, mate? What's your best in value for the hoi haw this weekend?
I think, as I talked about, Whange, who for me is my best bet. Spoiled it a bit early, but
yeah,
I just think it's a drop in class. Been racing against far, like tougher horses.
Yeah,
it should be winning. It will be winning at a great price.
The man is confident. He's guaranteeing it with his own money.
Chuck it in.
All right. And what was your value, mate?
I'm actually going like a loose here. I think just that Kiwi, it's been so good here. We always see our horses go over there, especially in these staying races, and they perform. I thought Willie would do it last week. He didn't.
Didn't really get all favours though, yeah.
Yeah. J-Max on this time. So I'm thinking if we can upset Treasure the Moment, how good would it be for the Kiwi horse to be the one that beats that horse?
That'll be so good. And like you said, Kiwi form, it's been going pretty good.
It has been, yeah. There's nothing here that can beat it, so...
No. Oh, it has to go over there. That should stack up, surely.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't always, but I love that. That's a cool punt, yeah. Plus, it's the Kiwi punt. I'm 100% fucking backing that. There's nothing better than rolling a short-priced Aussie.
Exactly.
When someone takes a horse over there and you roll a short-priced Aussie, like, how good.
I would almost say play it if it's world pools, which I say it will be.
Yeah.
Wait till the day, because I say it will drift. All these Aussies are so confident.
Oh, they'll be piling in on the favourite.
Yeah. So.
Yes, correct. Wait till the day for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we spoke about Randy. We spoke about the last leg of the Quaddie, J-Mac. I felt just doing the form, looking at that field, I'm like, I just really couldn't find anything that was going to challenge it. I mean, still got a couple of question marks, but I'm going to label that my best. So it's going to be the last race at Randy. So I'm going to make you wait. It's getting pretty short, so I'm not sure what I'll do on the day, but I might have a go early. My value was Faraglione, or however you say it, each way, Trentham.
That's a good tip. I opened up Love Racing and there's a big article on why it's back to its best form. So.
Oh, there you go. There he goes. I thought that was really good money for like the track stats and what do we say, the distance, eh?
Yeah, fresh up.
Fresh up, yeah.
Yep.
I thought it was a good shout at Trini. So yeah, that's my value, mate.
Sweet.
That's it. Did you have a black book?
Ooh, I don't know if I did this week. I guess it's probably just...
Sorry, I've kind of got one, but I've stolen it off Joel, but that soft love, that was good tip. Because he sent it through, so I did back it. What were you doing at the time? You were doing something else?
Yeah, I can't remember. It's all I know.
Oh, it was good. It was a good start to the Quaddie. They don't even started on that Quaddie. Shit. It actually didn't pay 60 grand. It only paid 42,000, so it's all good. But yeah, Love Palm I thought was really good and has a pretty bright future, obviously. Yep. Joel did say something. Yeah, he'd had a bit of a spiel about it. But yeah, so he tipped that out to me early. So
I think another one you can chuck in the black books, that Flanagan. So we watched this replay behind Zumala, just found the line, where it shouldn't have. So.
100%. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Interesting where it goes next.
All right. That will be us. I think we've done it. We've done it. We're sub 2 hours. How good. With a guest too. Shit, that must be a record.
Shout out to Rando.
Shout out to Rando for jumping on. 100%. What a good punt he was. Great to have him on. Try and get him on at some other point as well because he's done his homework, which is always good. He's knowledgeable. Also, like, kind of demystifying some of my things that I use as like reasons to back something. Didn't like that.
It's just daytime stats too. That's
I've
really heard those ones.
That's not something I'd sit down and work out.
Nah.
You know, daytime versus nighttime.
Yeah.
But it probably does make a difference if you think about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Coaching stats as well. The man knows it all.
He's got the coach versus coach. I never take that into consideration, ever. Like, I never go, oh, this coach has never beat this coach.
Yeah.
I'm always just looking at the players. But it does make a difference too. So it's all good stuff. And then lastly, also shout out to the new sponsor, Tough Luck Workwear, for jumping on with the backing the boys. How good. Sweet. So thanks for listening. Don't forget, go follow us on Instagram. We've got a separate page now for the Good Punts. Is it The Good Punts? I always get it wrong.
Is it The Good Punts?
It's The Good Punts. Find us on Instagram. The podcast is found under the Kiwi NRL podcast banner. You'll find it in there. You can follow Kane at that Kiwi Punter on Instagram, as well as the Betcha app. And on the Betcha app, is it too early to mention the Magic Round?
Not. Yeah, by the time they're listening, it'll be up.
It'll be up, baby.
The old Magic Round pot.
Magic Round
$50 entry. Yeah,
2.0.
2.0. But this time, we're not taking your bank accounts because
we are not paying you out manually. No.
Don't bet the pot.
Don't get the pot or get shot. Fuck, that's what it is.
You won't be listening to this next time.
You'll
be listening to this.
And it's going to sound like this.
You see that thing down here? Right here? Yeah, that's where you're going to be.
So what do we say again? Oh, yeah, the Magic Round. How do they get involved with that? Are we going to put that out there tonight, or you want to?
We'll do it tomorrow morning. So
we'll
once the podcast,
morning.
Yeah. When you're listening to this, jump onto our Instagram after, and you'll be able to find the code for the pot. No form this time. Just jump straight in. $50 in. Forget about it for 4 weeks, and then the magic happens.
Oh yeah, my $50.
Yeah,
forgot
Ian's
about that shit.
Appear. That joke was top class by me, by the way.
Hey?
That joke I put up with the post today, that was top class.
No, I'm going to hang you up for that. No, I'll let you have it. It was okay. All right. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, like, subscribe, all that good shit. Go follow us. Don't forget, even if it's not the week of the podcast, if you do land a good punt or you do have a heartbreak, send it, DM it to the Good Punts, so we can talk about it when we jump on. Love seeing that shit. And even any reactions to live punting, wins or losses would be great too. Tag us in your stories.
I don't think we'll be here next week, but the week after. So you got a couple of weeks to.
Yeah, we can build up. We can bank it up. Yeah. And but don't forget, if you are having a punt and that at the good punts, put it. We can share it to our stories and whatnot. We love that shit. So yeah. Anyway, we won't see you next week. Like we said, there is some other engagements. So the week following, we'll be back again. Hopefully, getting everyone paid something. But yeah, I've been Lennie. This is Kane. We are the Good Punts, and we bid you good night. Yeah, got the beat back.
I got the heart of a warrior. I run like black caviar. I turn a foot that a warrior. We there to win. I got the heart of a warrior. I run like black caviar. I turn a foot that a warrior. We there to win.
O'Reilly been so sad for feel. Walk off those stuff, they got the deal. Sometimes you bet with confidence. Hope it's one of those horses that's bred to win. Not the factors to take into account.
What a fucking
trainer draw who's got the